Hi, Gene Sherrard here. Welcome to this week's installment of our online-only feature, Seattle Now and Then 360. Here's Clay Eels with the story.
What the Sam Hill is all this bustle in Bothell? We all imagine Main Street as a hospitable hub for shopping and schmoozing, but sometimes it is a thoroughfare as much as a destination. This applies to a burg like Bothell, which, perched along the Sammamish River near the northern tip of Lake Washington, served for most of a century not as somewhere to go, but mostly as on the way to. In the late 1880s, a railroad carried coal circuitously from Issaquah north around the lake and through Bothell to Seattle. Likewise, the nearby Sammamish River, before its water level plummeted with the 1917 opening of the Lake Washington Ship Canal, carried logs and passenger steamers along a similar route. In little time, newfangled automobiles followed suit. Thus, in concert with the statewide Good Roads movement, led by Seattle's Sam Hill, later known for building the U.S.-Canada Peace Arch and Stonehenge replica at Maryhill, this coterie of cars bustles east on Bothell's Main Street on May 29, 1913. Governor Ernest Lister joined locals to salute the completion of a 4-mile highway between Bothell and Lake Forest Park to the west, which helped connect Bothell with Seattle, today's Highway 522, and Everett, Highway 527. The celebrated segment left in the dust by our then motorists was made of red brick, an upgrade from muddy, rutted terrain. The brick soon proved slippery, so eventually it was repaved, all but a 1,000-foot stretch that survives in a landmark park southwest of downtown Bothell. Boosting Bothell's roads in that decade was a colorful land agent turned mayor, Sidney Woody, who pushed for a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit through town, and in 1912 became the first person cited for breaking it. The Bothell Sentinel said Woody, a high-class, single-minded talker, prevailed in court by challenging 4 eyewitnesses, including one who insisted the errant speed was at least 12 miles per hour, but had no instrument by which he could prove it beyond a peradventure of a doubt. Perhaps Woody's constituents acquitted him 2 years later when he created the Chuck Hole Club. His scheme, which the Seattle Times termed clever, asked motorists to carry spades and interrupt their automotive errands to fill in one rut every month, aiming to eradicate 12,000 craters a year. Participants were to swear to a Woody-written pledge, vowing that non-compliance would mean no less a penalty than that of having my axles broken in twain, my springs smashed to smithereens, my wheels torn off at the hubs, my tires blown out, my carburetor filled with water, and my gasoline tank emptied 10 miles from a station. So help me Sam Hill and keep me busy. Spoken like a politician on, where else? Main Street. Our then photo from May 29, 1913, is a print looking west along Main Street and damaged as if run over by one of the parading flivvers. It comes from the scrapbook of Bothell pioneer Carlton Erickson. The 3 most prominent cars are likely, from left, a 1908 or 1909 International Harvester auto buggy, a 1911 Stoddard Dayton, and a 1912 Studebaker Everett Metzger Flanders, all as identified by West Seattle's Bob Carney. The 1908 Hannon Building, Bothell's first brick structure, to the left of the white banner, is the only depicted edifice that still survives. The closest building later became the site of Meredith's 5 and 10, managed by Dave Johns, father of U.S. Senator Patty Murray. For more on Bothell's Main Street, see the photo-filled book, Bothell, Washington, Then and Now, 2008, Bothell Landmark Preservation Board. In our now photo, redeveloped after a massive 2016 fire, Bothell's Main Street features an expansive crosswalk and recessed parking. With Alexa's Cafe, red umbrellas, formerly Meredith's 5 and 10, behind them, and a booming Bothell in the distance. From left, passers-by Alastair and Hopi Soul of Kettle Falls and Renewal Israel of Bothell join Pat Pierce and Jim and Margaret Turcott of the Bothell Historical Museum and King County librarian Kirsty Cameron to echo the 1913 scene. In its 50th year, the museum will host a free illustrated talk on local roads and cars at 7 p.m. Thursday, October 17th at the Bothell Library.